I'm going to look at the last two lines of the gavotte, just hand separately first. You may well have gone on to it anyway. The last line of the music is actually almost the same as the second line. It's just the last bar in the left hand is very, very slightly different. But the third line is the different line, and it's usually the more tricky line out of this piece of music. So I'm going to take the right hand first. You're not moving away from your 5-note group there from C, middle C up to G, and we're staying as we are. So the third line starts with the G, then E, going up to F, then D, middle C, going up to E and D. Third bar is G again, E. Now here's the quavers, 1 and 2 and the last two quavers lead onto the last line, okay? So usually there would be a break between there. I put a strike or a line down to show that that is like a little comma and then carrying on with the next section. So you've got 8 quavers all in a row there. The bar line is there for the convenience of timing and counting and the meter of the music, but the 8 quavers should just follow one after the other. Like that. So you might want to practice that on its own. Go on to the last note though, sorry. So it comes to a proper stop, okay? So that's the right hand. The left hand, again, you're not moving from that 5-finger group, C up to G, and we're starting with the third finger, so you might want to write 3 under the E there. That's E, skipping down to C, up to D, thumb on G, skipping to E, skipping to C, and up to G again. Then actually that is repeated again in the last 2 bars in that line. Finish on the G and make a rest so that when the right hand plays the quavers, it is so low for the right hand. So I'm going to play but just up to where that break is. I'm not going to include those 2 quavers because really you shouldn't play those until you're going to go on to the next line because they belong to that line. So very carefully, I'm going to go hands together from that line. Sometimes they move in the same directions and sometimes they don't, I'm afraid. That's why it's a bit of a nightmare. Okay, so that will take a little bit of practice. You could do 2 bars. As one practice. You could even do them in 1 bar sections for your practice. Mix it up. And then when you get to the last line, play from here. So that will be the 3rd finger on the E, and the thumb on the C, because you want to make a break. Then play those 2 quavers in the right hand and go straight onto the last line. I'll just do that again from there. So break, pick up the quavers and go straight onto the last line. So the left hand in this last bar plays 2 Gs and then joins down to the C. So it does mean in that bar that you've got breaks here, or 1 break, but not in the right hand. The right hand is all legato, all joined up, but the left hand has to do that break. So lift the left hand, but not the right hand. Just watch that again. So lift the left hand, then put it down and